about foundation, how to make it, and the different types. So making foundation is actually very similar to making the roofs in the fact that there's a little creation wizard for you. So if you go to the floor menu here and we go to build foundation, it'll bring up the build foundation menu. Once again, the automatically rebuilt foundation will mean that if you move the walls, it'll change the foundation with it. So I'll show you what leaving that box unchecked will do. And then there's these three different foundation types: wall with footings, grade beams on piers, and monolithic slabs. So I'll show you the different types of each of those. So first for the slab, you can edit the slab footing, right? So if you want the footing to be wider, you can change it, I don't know, to 32 inches, and then it gets wider. Or maybe if you want it to go deeper, you can change it to, 100 inches, whatever, make it really tall. Select OK. So that's a monolithic slab, and I'll show you what that looks like on the house. So when we click OK, you see here looking really thick, and then we will use the camera view on the outside and see what it looks like. And that is what 100 inches of foundation looks like. So that is what the slab is. It's literally just a slab of concrete, just about as simple as it gets. So you'll notice here that when we're looking at the foundation, we're actually on floor 0 in our floor menu right here. So you can go, if you're on the floor, designing things, you can go down and check out where the foundation is. So since I left auto rebuild foundation off, if I move this wall way out here, let's go back to the camera, and you'll see the foundation did not move with it. Now there's just a wall sitting out here with absolutely nothing below it. So you're like sitting in your kitchen, and then you just fall off. Um, so we get out of this camera, come back here, we'll go to the foundation, delete foundation, okay, and we'll build another one, and we'll put this back to normal, and we'll build another one and leave this setting on like it should be, or like it would help in this situation. So build foundation, automatically rebuild foundation, and then leave everything else the same. We see it, look at it with the camera. It looks good. It bases the foundation off the first floor that you have already. But now, if we go back to the first floor, we select a wall and we move it way out here. Now we go back here, the foundation moves with it. Since the roof didn't have auto rebuild on from the last tutorial, the roof didn't move, but the foundation did. So that's just something good to note. So I'll go back and delete the foundation. Again, we'll look at the other two types of foundation. And wrong one. So build foundation. We'll go with grade beams on piers. So this one, the grade beams on piers doesn't really make a lot of sense when you hear it, but I'll show you what that looks like. So you want to derive new foundation plan from the first floor plan, meaning that it's going to use where the walls are now to decide where the walls of the foundation will be. So you see it's a concrete wall, that's what that is, with these little circle pilings. So you might be like, why do you need both of them? But when you go to the camera view, you can see how these footings go, or these pilings go down into the ground further than the actual first bit of foundation. So that's something interesting. With that is essentially what that type of foundation is. And now I'm going to delete that and look at the final type of foundation, which is the walls with footings. Very similar to the monolithic slab in some ways, but I'll show you the difference once we go into the camera, is these little footings right here. How you can see, if we look at it from the side, there's a little foot on the bottom, it's a little overhang on the outside. That just helps make sure everything's secure. It's just a different style of foundation than the other two. But pretty much that's really all there is to foundation. There's not a lot of fancy stuff that goes on. If you really needed to, you could move the foundation walls or whatever. But of course, you wouldn't want to do that because that would like leave half your house off the edge. Uh, Other than that, you can go in here and edit different thicknesses, things like that, as you could with other items. You could change the material if you didn't want it to be made out of concrete, stuff like that. But other than that, it's pretty simple as far as foundation goes.